Today, we're going to talk about a story that is just incredibly somber, but it's an important one to tell. It comes from Nigeria, and it's a story about a profound loss that sent ripples not just through a community, but across an entire nation. All because of one single tragic event that cut short the lives of so many promising young athletes. This headline from AP News really says it all, doesn't it? Tragic road accident kills athletes. It's so blunt, so direct, but behind those five simple words is a truly devastating story about dreams that were just extinguished in an instant and a nation that was suddenly thrown into mourning. So, let's start by just breaking down the core facts of what happened so we can really understand the true scale of this devastating event. 22. Just let that number sink in for a minute. That was the minimum number of athletes who lost their lives in this one accident. Think about that. Every single one of those individuals had a story, a family, a future, and it was all just gone. It's a staggering loss of life and talent for any country. And this all happened in Kano State, which is in northern Nigeria. Pinpointing the location is important because it grounds this tragedy in a real community, a region that felt the immediate shock and the acute pain of this loss. But, beyond the numbers and the location, who were the people we lost? To really get the full weight of this tragedy, we have to understand the human side of it all. And here's where the story becomes even more heartbreaking. You see, these weren't just random passengers. These were dedicated athletes from all across Nigeria. And they were on their way home from the Nigerian National Sports Festival, an event that's all about celebrating unity, competition, and national pride. They were carrying the hopes of their home states. So this wasn't just a loss for their families, it was a blow to the entire national sporting community. So when you have a loss of this magnitude, something involving your country's national athletes, it demands a serious response. How did the nation even begin to process this collective shock and grief? Well, in a really powerful and significant move, the governor declared a state day of mourning. And that's a big deal. It elevated this from just a terrible accident to a recognized national tragedy. It gave everyone all across the country a formal moment to come together and share in that sorrow and remembrance. And all of this brings us to one final, really thought-provoking question. How does a society, how do we truly honor the memory of those lost in these kinds of national tragedies? Because the way we remember, that defines their legacy. And it also says a lot about who we are and what we value as a collective. It's a tough question, for sure, but one that's definitely worth thinking about. Thanks for joining me to explore this important story.